Okay, guys, on the right hand side there is Eli. He's the owner of ER Electrical. And how long have you been had your own business there, Eli?
I've had my own business since 2016. Been in the industry since 1990, so that's about 28 years. So yeah, there's definitely, between Steve and I here, there's definitely some experience to try and deal with this bad solar install.
Okay, and Steve, what is your business called?
I'm Steve DeForge, and I own Solar Associates here in Sudbury, Ontario. Today we're on site at Gene's Home Hardware Building Center in French River, and we're going to be removing a solar system that was improperly installed about 5 years ago for the customer.
Okay, and how long have you been in business for?
I've been running Solar Associates for 5 years, and I got 10 years experience of professional solar installations.
Okay. Now, are you and Eli associated now, or are you partnered in business?
100%. Eli and myself, we share office space on LaSalle Boulevard in Sudbury. In my 10 years of doing this, I've met a lot of electricians. I've worked with a lot of electricians, and I'm really proud to say that Eli and myself are partnered up, and we're moving forward and giving people proper solar systems that they deserve.
Okay, so are you also an electrician, or?
No, I'm not an electrician. I am a professional solar installer by trade. I'm a certified solar installer as well. So there's no, what's the word I'm looking for?
Government mandate.
There's no government mandate on solar installers. There's no trade requirement. So anybody basically can be a solar installer. What sets us apart from our competition is that we're actually certified as professional solar installers.
Yeah, so you're a solar installer and Eli's an electrician, so you guys make like the perfect team.
That's it. I don't install decks or do interlocking stone on the weekend. All we do is professional solar installations, and that's it.
So what are we doing today? I see some solar panels that they slid right off the roof.
Yeah, it looked like we just met these guys not that long ago, and over, I guess, the last few months we've been discussing removing the solar system and potentially reinstalling it for them. Eric over here at Home Hardware has a problem with the roof leaking, and on the building that the solar system's on, he stores a lot of his products in there. So a lot of his drywall and stuff has been getting leaked on and causing his products to go bad. So we're out here today to help him out, get his roof patched up, and then in the meantime we're going to figure out a time that that suits us to reinstall the system for him.
Okay, perfect. So I will follow you along the day today and make a video how you guys are going to fix that.
Great, we appreciate it.
Alright, so what was the problem here, Steve?
So what we have here is this rail was improperly mounted. This rail was actually extended up here, but they never had a mounting bracket for it. So I'm assuming that the pressure of not having another mount there jeopardized the integrity of the splice that you could see. Actually broke the splice. If you look closely, where the rubber gasket's supposed to cover their penetration point, you can actually see right into the roof right there too. So this is definitely a culprit of why the roof was initially leaking.
Yeah, no kidding.
As you can see here too, we have a couple broken solar panels. This one here is the actual tempered glass shattered like spider web. Down here you actually have the aluminum casing has let go on the bottom of the solar panel. You can see this.
There's two others beside it.
Yeah, there's two other ones too. You can see right here that the mid clamp wasn't attached properly.
Wow.
This one here as well, you can see this is not supposed to be like that.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah.
Even I can tell that was a
This was actually a
job.
very piss poor attempt at a solar installation. So we'll get him all fixed up and get his roof repaired for him today.
awesome.
If you come around here too, you can see the actual attachment has come right out of being connected from the rail. I have never seen a rail mounted so improperly, causing it to bend the amount that this rail has been.
Wow, that's quite the bend on this rail.
Yeah, if you come up to this mounting bracket here as well, you can see kind of the same thing. This came right out of its connection point.
Wow, incredible.
And then look on the backside here, Gilbert, you can see their piss poor attempt of trying to seal the roof. And you sit here and wonder, why is this roof leaking?
Yeah.
My God. Horrible job at wire management as well. By code, there are no wires that are supposed to be touching the roof on a solar installation. We do what's called wire management. It's as simple as taking 25-cent zip ties and doing your due diligence to make sure that none of these wires touch the roof. When we see stuff like this, it really goes to show the quality of company that you had out here to do your installation. You know, it takes an extra 10 seconds to properly zip tie a wire up so that you don't run into these types of problems.
Steve, why did you put a tarp over one of the solar panels?
The reason we're tarping the solar panels is because this is a string inverter system. So all of these panels are all ran in series, plugged into one another. So when you look at a string of 19 solar panels, even though the inverter's not on, you may have energy being produced through every panel to this point. So we want to cover up the panels as much as we can to kind of stop the panel production, so when we unplug them, we're not shocking anybody basically. Okay. So you know the bolt's been installed properly when it wants to unscrew like this. Watch my knuckles.
Unbelievable.
This hole should be no bigger than a 1/6 or an 1/8 of an inch. You drill an 1/8 of an inch pilot hole through so that your bolt can go in there, and then your rubber gasket would protect it.
That's like an inch in diameter.
As you can see, they completely damage the bolt that was supposed to go in here nice, true, and straight so that you get a nice flush racking installation. But by the looks of this, you can tell right off the bat that they didn't do it properly. Now the customer's left with a loony size hole in his metal roof that we're gonna have to temporarily patch for him until they can get out here and fix this. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I kind of thought that we'd get little holes that we could patch up better, but by the looks of it, I think he's gonna need complete roof reinstallation here. So we're really out here to create awareness for homeowners that are thinking about going solar. There's obviously some questions that you need to ask your solar company when looking to go solar. You need to make sure first and foremost you get all applicable warranty information for all of the products that are installed on your roof, and do not make your final payment until you receive set documents. Another thing to do is make sure that the company that you're dealing with has WSIB and proof of insurance. Get it in your contract to make sure that they do not subcontract out your installations. Make sure that the company that you're buying your solar system off of is the company that's putting it on your roof. 9 times out of 10 when we run into problems like this installation was subcontracted out to probably the lowest bidder. Maximizing that solar company's profitability, but again, putting a homeowner or a business owner in a situation like this. So there are certain things you could do to, you know, preventative measures to make sure that you're asking the right questions so that this doesn't happen to you as well. So what we're looking at right here is another hanger bolt. So it's generally a 6-inch hanger bolt. The thing when you're doing a metal roof is, as soon as you penetrate your pilot hole with your drill bit, you need to stop pushing down on your drill bit, recenter your drill bit to make sure that you're going completely vertical into the truss. Whoever drilled this was probably pushing down so hard on their pilot hole that they never recentered their drill bit when they penetrated the roof truss, that when their pilot hole went in, they went in on an angle. So when they put their bolt in, their bolt's gonna follow that exact same angle. What we're looking at here is just completely inexperience, and that's probably about it. So what we're looking at here is a horrible job of wire management. Electrical Safety Authority codes say that no wires from the solar system are allowed to touch the roof. As you can see, looking down this row of panels, they did not do a good job of wire management. You're looking at the cost of zip ties at, you know, anywhere from 16 to 20 cents a piece. It doesn't cost that much money or take that much extra time to make sure you do the job properly. This is just, again, completely inexperienced when I see this stuff.
Yeah, so what they're doing today here, they're removing all the solar panels and all the brackets, and they're going to temporarily fix the holes because the roof is leaking, and then there's going to be a company that's going to redo the entire roof, and then at a later date they're going to reinstall the solar panels.
So Electrical Safety Authority code basically says that none of this can be touching the roof like we mentioned earlier. So it has to be tie wrapped off the roof. Now, on top of that, there's a little bit of a cosmetic issue that's really bothering my OCD. There's no reason to have the cables wrapped around the rail like this. There's no pride in the work right here. It came down on an angle. Nothing's tie wrapped. Totally wrong. So as you can see here too, the discoloration of the lower portion of the roof compared to where the solar panels were actually mounted over the top. Again, with the proper installation, the solar system is actually going to protect your roof and add longevity to it, and it's you can clearly see the difference of the protected spot versus the unprotected spot. So, and again, all comes down to if the solar system was installed properly. Again, we wouldn't have to be doing this, but you can clearly see the difference of the two roofs. Yeah, so this is one of the 4-inch hanger bolts that is supposed to actually have this rubber gasket sitting on top of the metal roof, where you can see, I don't even know what they would have did to get it to be like this, but they got a 3-inch hole here. The rubber membrane or rubber gasket is sitting about a 1/2 inch underneath of where it's supposed to actually be sitting. You can see I can hand turn this thing out of here. What they did here is, I've never even actually seen anything like this before, so this is pretty bad.
Somebody's got pride in their work.
Yeah, obviously not the company that did the install, but thank God we're here now helping them out.
Yeah, and you're doing this for free too.
Yeah, you know what, when we run into customers like this that have been kind of left down Schitt's Creek without a paddle, you know, we do our due diligence, try to help people out. So Eric's given us a great opportunity with some marketing opportunities here at the Home Hardware, so we have no problem helping him out as well.
Good stuff.
Look at this. Like,
Steve wanted me to show that bolt he just took out there.
I rest assured people, this is not what it's supposed to look like.